There's life insurance policies that we use that allows you to store capital, just like you can send money to a bank account, you can send money to Wall Street, you can send money into a life insurance policy. So we customize and build our life insurance policies to use for its banking function. So you understand why it makes sense that people may leverage their policy to buy an income producing asset, because I have my money working in one location and leverage it and have it working in a second location, right? So we've been doing this for years. One of our clients recently leveraged this policy to buy property in an opportunity zone. And so opportunity zones are areas that need capital. So the government gives you tax advantages for putting capital into opportunity zones. So we use it primarily for income producing assets. So it has liquidity, which means I got access to the money whenever I want. Now, a life insurance company, the types of life insurance that we use, we have a part of our business is an insurance agency. So we own, we can do business with many different insurance companies, right? So part of that is we leverage the administrative capabilities of insurance companies, because when you own a policy with some of these companies, you are actually an owner you're a part owner of the company. So you own a life insurance policy is a contract, and somebody owns the policy. So when you're the owner of the policy, you actually are a part owner in some of these companies. And so some of these companies pay you some of these policies pay you a fixed interest rate that's greater than what you earn at the bank. And based on how well the company performs and the company does well, they actually pay dividends on top of that. And they pay dividends to you because you're a part owner of the company. So the insurance company is an administrator of all of us who own insurance policies within that company. Does that make sense? So it's something that we leverage and use for guaranteed growth. So we don't want to lose money, so we want to get guaranteed growth. We can access the money on a tax-free basis. So you can access money inside policies on a tax-free basis. Protection from judgments. So you have protection in life insurance policies from lawsuits versus say different types of investment accounts. And I say this in the beginning is Chelsea and I have held securities and investment advisory licenses. We've had a Series 6, Series 63, and Series 65 licenses. But I'm just explaining to you this as a concept because it's something that we use for a lot of clients, right? So we put money inside of a life insurance policy. We use it to buy income producing assets, whether it's real estate or businesses and things like that. You can use it to finance cars and everything. All the while, your money stays in a policy and continues to earn interest. So I'm going to show you this concept, and I'll show you some numbers behind it. So a few years ago, there's a guy who coached Michigan. His name is Jim Harbaugh. He went to the Super Bowl a few years before that. So a few years ago, in 2016, he renegotiated his contract with the University of Michigan. And he says, instead of giving me a higher salary, give me a loan so I can buy life insurance. To the average person out there, this would seem like a very odd thing to do. Why would anybody ask for an increase in their pay as a loan and to buy life insurance? So it says, in addition to paying a $5 million salary for each of the remaining 6 years on his contract, Michigan will also loan Harbaugh $4 million in 2016, an additional $2 million for the following 5 years to pay the premium on a life insurance policy. Yeah. So this is whenever you see stuff like this was on ESPN's website. And I bet a bunch of people read this and just never thought anything about it. Like, why would a guy take his compensation as a loan? That's the question people have to ask. Why would somebody take the compensation as a loan? Number one, because loans are not taxed. So when Jim Harbaugh got a $4 million loan from Michigan, there's no taxes on that. When he got $2 million every year, there's no taxes on that. His salary's taxed and he's taxed at a very high tax rate because he's a high income earner. So how do I shelter some of my money from taxes? He took a loan. So as long as the policy stays active, Harbaugh does not need to repay the loan until he dies. So there's ways you can even take life insurance policy loans that you don't have to pay back until upon your death, and your death benefit will actually pay off the loan for you. So someone says, So she said, look forward to reviewing the video. I'm just trying to read some of the comments to make sure I see if there's any questions. You get insurance policies and adding money to the insurance policy every month. Once you want to borrow from yourself, you just borrow from the money. Yes, you borrow against the policy over time, insurance policy payback. So yes, you're paying yourself back and your money's still compounding at the same time. So your money can keep growing without you having to, your money can keep growing even while you take a loan against it. You simply use it as the collateral. That way, just like the guy we talked about who pays cash, well, when you pay cash, your capital that's working for you is no longer earning interest for you anymore. You took the $30,000 and you bought a car with it. So that $30,000 is no longer earning interest. But if my money's growing and I take a loan against it and I buy the car, and if I pay myself back, instead of paying the interest to a finance company, I'm paying it back to my own policy. Plus, at the same time, my policy is still compounding because the money's never left my account. So, and this is common. This is common in the corporate world. So we do this for a lot of executives. It's called executive. We do it through executive bonuses, executive compensation. But the average person can do this. You can look at building up your capital and then leveraging it to buy the different things you want to buy using your own bank. So that way, you instead of paying interest to the bank every time you purchase something, you pay that back into your own policy. Plus, your policy continues to compound while that's occurring.